Hello guys, you're welcome to the third episode in our occupations vocabulary series. If you missed any of the first two, you can click on the link above to go check them out. They actually don't follow a particular order, so you can finish with this one before you go and check them out. I'll also leave links to them further below in the description box. When you are done with this, you can go and check them out. So just as we did with the first two episodes, we are only going to look at just a few vocabulary items for the current one. This is to ensure that you grasp as much vocabulary items as possible. And I don't know if you've noticed, but for almost every vocabulary item that we look at, you end up learning more than one, right? Because I break it down so that you get to know the parts as well. And for chi, most of the parts are actually words in themselves. So you get to use them in other instances, right? Right, so just get ready. We are starting right after this. So let's start with mrashe bejeni. Mrashe bejeni. Mrashe bejeni. In our previous episode, I told you that mra is the law, right? Mra, the law. Now, this she is to make. Okay, so she mra is actually a phrasal verb that would mean to make law. Okay, so shemra, to make law. So we have mrashe, the act of making law, right? And then we go to bejeni. I'm sure by now you know that the ni is a person suffix, the singular one. And then the beja part is from bejem. Okay, bejem. And bejem means an open space. Okay, an open space, a public space. So I can say, for example, ode mehin tasem to bejem, for example. Okay, ode mehin tasem to bejem. Okay. So, mrashe bejeni is just, a person who makes laws, literally. But this is actually gotten from mrashe bejem. Okay, so we have mrashe bejem, which is parliament. Okay, so out of this, we get a person who works in parliament, because in Ghana, we have the parliament. The parliamentarians make the laws. So we have this as mrashe bejeni, a person who makes laws. Let's go to the next one. We have osofo. 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 So this is the concept, but usually when we are using it, we end up using osofo. Okay, so we drop the final suffix, so we get osofo. Osofo. Osofo, all right? And if you are not starting your sentence with it, we would even drop the initial prefix. So we end up with just sofo. 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 So if I want to say I am a pastor, I'm not. If I want to say I'm a pastor, I will say meye sofo. Meye sofo. Let's go to the next one. We have osempa kani. Osempa kani. Osempa kani. Osempa kani. Now, the sem part is from asem. All right, and asem is the singular for nsem. And we looked at nsem in our previous episode when we looked at Nsentreni, a journalist, if you remember. So I told you that nsem is issues, right? So asem being the singular will be an issue. Okay, an issue, a matter, and in this case, it can be a message. Okay, a message, a word, all right? And then we have pa, which is good. Okay, so if I say asem pa, that will be a good message, a good issue, right? And then we have ka, which is to tell, all right, to tell. And then we have the person suffix ni. So a person who tells the good message, the good word, is a preacher. Okay, so he or she goes around and tells the good word, right? You get it. Let's go to the next one. We have odu yefo. Odu yefo. Odu yefo. Odu yefo. Now, the do here is from edru. Edru, and edru is medicine. Okay, medicine. So we have edru as medicine, and then we have ye, which is to make. Okay, and then we have our person affixes, the o and then the fo. So a person who makes medicines, odiyefo. You get it, right? So we have odiyefo. Let's go to the next one. We have yemshen kafo. Yemshen kafo. Yemshen kafo. Yemshen kafo. Now, if you remember, I think it was from our first or second episode, I've forgotten, but I told you about ofidikafo, right? Ofidikafo, a driver, right? A person who drives a machine, literally. Now, the ka in that is the same as this ka. So, ka here is to drive. So, what is the person driving now? We have yemshen. And yemshen is an aircraft. Okay, yemshen is an aircraft. And then we have our person suffix. So a person who drives an aircraft will be a yemshen kafo. Okay, we can even break down the aircraft, the yemshen part, to yem. Okay, we have yem, which is the skies. Okay, so up above the skies, we have yem. And then we have shen, which I told you again in our previous episode that shen is from a shen, which is a vehicle. Okay, so a vehicle in the skies is yemshen, an aircraft. Okay, so you have a bunch of vocabulary going on in this one. So we have yemshen kafo as a pilot. All right, so the next one we have opolisini. Opolisini. Opolisini, and obviously this is borrowed, so we are not going to waste time here. So we have opolisini, all right? To the next one, we have amanyo ni. Amanyo ni. Amanyo ni. Amanyo ni, okay? Now, this is, we can break this down to two. We have amanyo, which is politics, and then we have the ni, which is the person suffix. So a person who does politics will be, amanyo ni, a politician, right? Now, the amanyo parts we can break down further into two. So we have amain, which is the plural for omain, okay? And omain is a country. Okay, so amai will be countries. And the yo here is to make. Okay, so it's the same as ye. So we have yo as to make. So the making of countries. Politics. Do you get it? So the making of, countries, people who are in charge of making countries work. Politics. And then we add the ni to this, and then we get amanyoni as a politician. Okay, even the amanyo, we can add sem, which I told you is, if it's from asem, it's an issue, or nsem, issues. Okay, if you attach it to amanyo, you get amanyo sem, which then becomes literally political issues. So if you are listening to a political discussion on radio or on TV, you can refer to that as amanyosem, political issues. Okay? Let's go to the next one. We have omai penny. Omai penny. Omai penny. I just told you that omai is a country, right? Omai, the singular form, a country. And then we have penny. Penny is an elder or a leader. Okay, so in this case, we choose a leader. So a leader of a country is Oman Penny. All right, you get it. So you have Omanpenyi. So let's end today's episode here. We are still not done, we'll continue, but let's end today's here. Thank you guys once again for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so before you leave. And if you haven't checked out the first and second episodes of this series, please click on the link above to go check it out, or check further below in the description box. I'll leave links to them further below. Thank you guys once again, and I hope to see you next time.